Yeah, Leroy, Motley, original roadman. But listen, tune into Uncle Jammer, real thing. Alright then.
Real African the buzz what worry me I tell you sir, keep the fire blazing from them time until this time. I mean I say hot topics. Keep it blazing, red hot.
Yes people, you know it's the man of the hour, Uncle Drums. And it's another session of Hot Topics today. And I just want to say condolences to Rashan Charles, a young black man, 20, murdered by the police. And this is what Hot Topics is going to be about today. It's going to be about Rashan and our kids and black people's picnic. Yeah? So I just want to say condolences to Rashan Charles, his family, his friends, you know. And it's just sad. It's just sad. It's sad. It's sad right now. It's sad. So yeah, let's get into it now. So yes, this young man called Rashan Charles, there's actually video footage of him. He goes into a shop, starts walking down the aisle, and a police officer rushes up behind him, grabs him, turns him back round, and walks him back to where he's just come from. He's got Rashan's hands behind his back, yeah, mind you, yeah? So the boy is not really struggling or not like that. They go into a blind spot and the next minute he's grabbing Rashan by his neck and he's tussling on the floor. This goes on for like, I don't even know, a couple of minutes. He's strangling him, he's got him on the floor, the boy's all over the floor. You can see that the boy's not really resisting because the boy's not grabbing at the policeman or throwing taunts, or his hands ain't really up there like he's trying to, you know what I mean? He's not really trying to resist it, but the man's strangling him, so obviously he's moving up and down. He must be saying something to the police officer. And the police officer's there strangling out the lick of you, strangling out the lick of you, you know? And I'm telling you right now, as a black man, as a black male in the UK, this disgusts me to watch when someone that's not your colour is doing that to your picnic, because I don't care who you are and what you're saying, yeah? When black people look at white people or any other people, yeah? But I'm talking about white folk now, police officers and white folks, yeah? When we look at white folk and police officers manhandling us or distressing us or doing whatever we're doing, our immediate thought goes back to slavery, yeah? And what they used to do to our ancestors. So the people nowadays that are white, nowadays, I'm talking about up to time right now, you know, a lot of these people, they want to deny racism, they want to deny slavery. The first thing they're going to come out with and say, oh, that never had nothing to do with me, and that was gone, and can't you get over that? Of course we can't get over that, because when we look now, we're seeing the same thing going on now. Yeah, the same thing is going on now. It's just not as bad as it was then. No, I can't even say it's not as bad. It could be even worse, to tell you the truth. Because, you know, we're all in denial to what we see. We actually witness it. You know, we will stand up there and take out our phone and witness it. Not push down the policeman or push off the person or try and grab up the person and try and get it stopped. We will actually witness it now, yeah? Take out our phones and film it and watch the young black brother or the young black sister lose their life. You understand? So we can't get over it, yeah? So that's what I'm telling white folk right now. We cannot get over it, yeah? Because our mind goes immediately back to that. So yeah, so I'm watching this thing now and it's just disgusting me, bro. It's just disgusting me, yeah? I'm disgusted by what I'm looking at. And then I see this, I don't know what he is, Turkish or whatever he is, yeah? Something like that. It could be an Arab, Turkish, whatever. But he comes and gets on the little boy and restrains the little boy as well. So I'm looking to myself and saying, okay then. So to the people that own the shop where the policeman restrained the young boy, yeah? The young Rashan, yeah? If that was your son or your family members and police come in and restrained your son like that, or your family member or your friend that works in your shop, would you sit down there and watch the policeman strangle him up on the floor like that and just stand there? Because obviously there's people standing there in the shot, you can see them in the shot, in the footage. Would you just stand there and just look while the policeman has his way and does what he does? I don't think you would. But that's what I'm trying to tell you, people. You see, when it comes to black people's picnic, people will sit down there and just watch the whole thing go through. And with these white racist police officers, because there's a lot of them and we can't deny it, we're not going to deny it. I'm not going to deny that there's white racist police officers, because we can see it all throughout history. We've seen it throughout history. We've seen it in America. These white racist police officers are killing black people, yeah? Nothing's happening. Full stop. Nothing's happening. And doing it over here for donkeys. They've been doing it over there. They've been killing black people, picnic, and black people as males, women, everything. Like us as a race, they've just been exterminating us and nothing has happened. I don't know one police officer in this country, since I've been born in this country, one police officer that has killed someone, yeah, unlawfully and gone to prison and served time for that. I don't know, not one of them. Yeah, so I'm watching this officer strangle up the little youth. The person, I think it's one of the people that work in the shop or somebody, came in, jumped on the little kid's back and started holding the kid down so the policeman can do what he was doing, yeah? Then they've realised that the little youth stopped breathing, or he's not resisting, he's conked out, whatever, he's knocked out. And then the man's still sitting on the, not the officer, the person that's coming to help the officer is still sitting on the little black youth's back while the policeman is touching his hands, he's going up near his throat, and then he starts to panic. Then a woman comes in, which is a woman police officer. She runs in, going round near his head and touching his head or whatever she's doing, yeah, while the man is still on the person's back, still on the little youth's back, and the youth's knocked out. Now, come to find out that the little youth died. The little youth died now. So that's another one of our kids that is dead now. And I'm guaranteeing you that police officer, whether he's caught on camera or not, he's going to prison. He's not going to prison. Nothing's not. He probably might lose his job. He probably might have to move. But he's not going to prison. He's not going to prison. Do you understand? And this is what us black people need to think about. Instead of us thinking about stupid things like Kim Kardashian and Jay-Z and this person and that person what's got money, because that's all people's running down now. All people are running down is money. All people want to do is become famous and get money and ball. You know what I'm saying? And we're not thinking about knowledge or caring about our people or a unity. We're not thinking about none of that. All we're thinking about right now is getting money, being famous on the TV and balling and having the whole world glorify us like we're something to glorify, and we're nothing to glorify, really and truly. We're not nothing to glorify right now. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because that way of thinking is nothing to glorify. That is just put there by white folk for us to feel like we're winning, but we're not winning. We're really losing. You understand? So yeah, so getting back to the point now, this little you has died, yeah, and it's on camera. It's not off camera, it's on camera. And I'm guaranteeing you, nothing is going to happen to that police officer. So black people right now, we have to start looking at life serious now. Serious now. I'm talking about serious now, because these people clearly do not care about us. They do not care about us. They clearly do not care about us as black people. They don't care about anybody that's coloured, really and truly. They do not. They don't. They don't care about any. Look at what happened in the tower the other day. Look at what happened in the tower the other day. And there's a lot of people that saying, oh, don't worry about it, it's just Muslims, it's just those people in there. Don't worry about that. You don't hear English people, there's not no English people going mad and causing an uproar and saying, oh, something's got to be done about the tower, the Grenfell thing that happened the other day. They're not interested, mate. As far as they're concerned, it's those sort of people, so we're not interested. Oh well, that's it. But let something happen to English people and you hear the most uproar and this has got to be done and people are getting arrested and this has got to happen, and you know, then all the white bigots come out, all the white racists come out and start stepping out their shell and this and that. And come on, mate, we know what the time is out here. We know what the time is out here. But you see, us, I blame us as black people because we're in denial to what's going on. Instead of we face up to the fact and not say, right now, you know, say none of these people ain't got our back. It's no point going to white people and saying, oh, we got done bad in slavery and you should reprehend us with money and you should this and you should that. Because when you're asking for that money, that reparation money, you got to understand, he doesn't even want to give you an apology, let alone 1 pence for what's happened. And if they was to give back for what happened, they would be broke. And they're not going to be broke. They're not going to break themselves. Hold on, you got white mates, yeah? You got white mates now. You got white mates. And you say, all right then, that's my mate, yeah? And he's not racist or he's not that. And yeah, that's great. But that person that you're saying is not racist, you go and look at them and tell them that, okay, you're not racist and you're cool and you like black people and all that, that's great and all that, yeah? But you go up to that person and tell that person that, listen, because of what your forefathers done in the past, yeah, we're going to have to take everything off you. You're going to have to remain broke. You're going to have to suffer. You're going to have to go through all sorts of turmoil, traumatism, and you know, you're gonna go flatline right now because of what your ancestors done. Because you know we have to give it back to the blacks. And you see what their response is. You see what their response. You'll know if that's your real friend. You'll know if that's your real friend. And I'm not saying there's not white people out there that's not bona fide and down with the cause, because I know people that's bona fide and down with the cause. They got black kids and they look at it from a black perspective instead of just looking at it from a white perspective, yeah? So ratings to all those white people that are like that. But I'm talking about the ones who ain't. And them ones who ain't, that's the ones that when your kid or your husband or your wife gets killed by the police, they just sit down there and laugh. They say, yeah, there's another one gone. Another one off the list. And that's why us as black people, we need to form a unity right now. We need to form our own unity. Yeah? We need to form our own unity. And we ain't going to form our unity by going to put it on Facebook or going to put it on Twitter or going to put it on Instagram, because these are just platforms for them to monitor what we're doing and what we're talking about and what we got on our minds. That's what it's all about, really and truly. And I use them platforms, yeah, for business, not for my personal life, for business. But people out there putting their dirty laundry on them things, yeah, and you know, wondering why the whole world is talking about them or the whole world is criticizing and commenting. It's because you're putting your life on blast, really. You know what I'm saying? So what we need to do, I'm saying this for the little young man that got killed by the police. We need to really take a stand. We need to take a stand as black people. And what we need to really do right now is form our own unity. Keep our thing in our thing. Our thing is our thing. We need to keep our thing in our thing. You know what I'm saying? We need to go on more marches and demonstrations and show people that we're standing up for these little youths, and we're standing up for our men and our women and our children. Because, you know, if we don't talk about it, you know, if we just sit down in our house and say, boy, it's a shame, man, so it go. It's not so it go, because at the end of the day, it could be your picnic, it could be my picnic, it could be me, it could be your wife, it could be anything. You know what I'm saying to you? And we saw that from the Stephen Lawrence thing. Say, you know, they killed Stephen Lawrence and it took them 15 or how much years to prosecute 2 of them, and the rest of them are still running around with their little bigot self. You understand what I'm saying to you? So black people, it's time that we take a stand now and we form a unity. And another thing I'm going to say to you lot as well as black people, when you see each other on the road, no matter if a man's got his gold on, or he's driving in a big car, or he looks dressed really nice, or he might have a nice girl around him, or he physically looks like he goes gym and takes care of himself and he's got a lot of confidence, hail him up. Hail up your own black brother and sister. When you see each other on the road, hail up your own black brother and sister. We need to stop the stupidness and the envy and the jealousy. Because if we're going to be envy and jealousy of anybody, it's not supposed to be of ourselves, because we didn't put ourselves in this position. That was forced upon us. It wasn't like we just made a couple bad decisions and, you know, it just ended up that way. No. This position that we're in right now was not because we put ourselves in that, is because that has been forced upon us. And this is what we have to come together and understand as black people. Indian people got unity, you know. Indian people got unity from morning. When Indian people are doing their thing, no other race can't come in there and infiltrate and find out what they're talking about, because it's not going to be that way. And that's how we should have our thing. You understand what I'm saying to you? We should have our thing. We're supposed to build up our business and look after our children and protect our women and stand as brothers. You understand? So right now, I want to say condolences to the liquor youth. Condolences, blood, and my heart dropped when I saw that. You understand? Because it's just another black youth now, another 20-year-old black youth, you know. Big police officer, big man, or whatever he was definitely physically stronger than the liquor youth. Strangling up the liquor youth. Now you're trying to tell me as a human being, the officer I'm talking to, you're trying to tell me as a human being, you can't understand that you're using too much force on a little 20-year-old youth. And I saw the little youth. He's not no big strong youth. He wasn't no big strong hench youth. He was a little slim youth. And you can't tell me that you can't see that you're using too much force, or you don't really care in it. Because when you look in your family tree, you probably ain't got no people that colour in your family tree, so you can just carry on doing what you're doing. It's just like when they're hitting you with stuff, the baton and all that, they will lick you up in your head as a black man continuously. But when they start licking a white man in his head and he cries out 2 times, they say, oh, that could have, they in their head they see, oh, that could be my brother, let me stop now. But when you're our colour now, when you're chocolate, oh, let's just continue. He can take it till he's dead. You understand? And this is what kind of fuckeries that we're going through right now. You understand? I didn't even want to curse, but I'm not gonna hide it. This is what kind of fuckeries that we're going through as black people, and because we're in denial to stuff, it's even worse. So black people, we need to get it together. We need to get it together. You understand? Build up yourself. Yeah. If you want to go back to your place, ancestors, or where your family come from, do that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because right now, I'm telling you the truth. Over here, it's not working for us right now. And the only way it is going to work for us, if you want to stay here, the only way it is going to work for you is if you form a unity. You have to form a unity. You understand? We have to start doing for self and stop running to the white man and asking him for this and that and that and that. You understand what I'm saying to you? Independence. Independence. It's no point bawling to the white man, this, that and the other, this, that and the other, and your ball and this. But at the end of the day, you still live in the white man's house. You're living in the white man's house. You ain't paying him no rent. Obviously, he's going to treat you like trash. He's going to treat you like trash. Anybody in their right mind would treat you like trash if you're living in their house. You ain't paying no rent. You're eating out the food. You're using the light, using the water. Yeah. And then at the end of the day, you want to run up your mouth and complain. We got to be self-sufficient. We got to stand up on our own 2 feet now, black people. You understand? And we got to take a stand. Whether it's marching or I'm not telling people go riot out there, because if you riot out there and go mash up people's shop, or you're going to do stupidness, because that's what a lot of people do. They're going to riot and mash up innocent people's shop, and then next minute now the same boy them go hold you and you go back in a jail. Them same people going to lock you down, so you never really achieved nothing, did you? So we need to form some sort of council or some sort of government thing for ourselves. Not putting these little sellout black people up there who just want to look important and chat on the news and chat like they're doing something for black people, but in really and truly 95% of their time is live the white way and not black way. Yeah, this is what we need to do for ourselves. And all those white people out there that are not racist, because I'm not saying every white person is racist. I'm definitely not saying that. That would be like me generalizing. You can't generalize. Yeah. All those white people out there that are not racist, yeah, don't just sit down there and keep quiet. You should be the ones up front telling people, no, that's wrong. Telling your own people that they're wrong. You should be in the front line of this thing, telling your own people that they're wrong, and your own people that you're ashamed of them and their acts, because you should be ashamed of them. Look at all the white people now that's got mixed race kids. You're ashamed. You must be ashamed. You must be ashamed. Because if you're white and you've got mixed race kids, and a white person calls your son or someone else's son a nigger, you can't tell me you don't feel shame by that. So this is the time for you to speak up as well. You understand? It's not just about black people. It's not just about black people, because when black people start talking, they say, oh, all they do is moan and complain. But what do you expect if we're not seeing no results? You understand? So, people, I just want to say love and unity to all my black brothers and sisters. Just big up yourself, and let's love each other more. You understand? Let's love each other more. And this is the reason why certain people can take the piss out of us, because they see that, oh, they ain't got no unity, so we can just go in there and infiltrate and do what we want to do and talk shit and distress and kill and rape and murder. This is why we got into this position, because we broke up from ourselves and we need to go and find back ourselves. Yeah, people? So listen, at the end of the day, salute to everybody on the planet. Everybody that's a human being, everybody that's got love, everybody that believes in God. And what I personally think that a lot of these people that are doing these things, they don't believe in no God. Because I couldn't do that. Me personally, I couldn't grab up anybody and strangle them up like that and say I'm believing in God. Because what is he really doing that for? He's doing that for his job. He's not doing that for his personal self. He's doing that for his job. So you're gonna go and kill someone's picnic over your job. So it's either that you're either killing someone's picnic over your job, or you're racist. There's only two ways about it. And really and truly, we ain't got time to even sit down and study, because at the end of the day, you've killed someone's kid. You understand? So to that white police officer that's done that, I hope you're happy with yourself, because remember in life, you know, you can get away from people, you know. You can get away from the courts and people slandering you and whatever, throwing eggs at you and flour and whatever, yeah. But you can't get away from God, you know, because there's a thing called karma, you know. And that's what a lot of you people don't seem to understand. There's a thing called karma. It's called the afterclap. So all the mayhem and all the badness and all the wickedness that you're doing on earth, know what you're doing, you know, because God, when God comes for his place, yeah, you definitely ain't going to be spared. You ain't going to be spared, blood. And soon as something goes wrong with Uno, the first thing I'm going to do, I call out God. But you didn't believe it. Where was God when you were strangling up people's picnic and killing them in shops? Anyway, people, you know it's all love. You know it's all unity. Knowledge is power. Big up yourself. And, you know, just more love. More love. Uncle Drums, I'm out.